Hey up, me ducks, it's Simon here. Oh, that caught me off guard. I was so engrossed in reading the chat comments that I was looking at that screen counting down and not that screen counting down. And I suddenly looked up and saw that I'd got 3 seconds, and that one said I'd got 11 seconds. And I was like, to quote Becca, shit. Because I then had to quickly grab my intro video. And I was still on, and I have to remove myself out during the countdown and then add myself back in during the intro video so that I appear at the end so that it looks seamless. And I was like, oh, 11 seconds. I looked there and it said 3. Oh, shit. But I pulled it off, I guess. So how is everybody? How's everybody doing today? Very cold in the UK today. I looked out about 20 minutes ago and there was a snow blizzard, but it stopped. We just keep getting these little bursts of flurries throughout, well, the last couple of days it's been like that, actually. But let's do our little welcome. So Rob again, first one in. He's unrivaled so far. He gets in at 10:02. Good afternoon, Simon. Hi, everyone. Snow clearing and coffee. So you've got snow where you are in Scandinavia too, Rob. David, hello. Richard, hello. Draft blowing right round my crevices, says Richard. Grace and Sandra, Neem and Jennifer, Rebecca, Jamie, hello Jamie, Donna, Jackie, hi Jackie, Zane, hello my beautiful tarot family. Isn't he nice? If you haven't caught up and watched the interview yet that I did with Zane from Tarot, Toke and Witchery on Saturday, do check it out. And there's some lovely comments from people who have watched it as well. But it was a really nice interview. Yeah, so do watch it. I hope everyone's having a wonderful and magical day and evening. We've got Patrice and our Chris is here, Monica, Sheila, hi Sheila, Dan's here. Oh, you got another day working from home, Dan, or you're home early? Anne, looking forward to relaxing with you all. Bitterly cold, so supping a hot cup and enjoying toast with Bovril. Do you put Bovril on your toast? I thought Bovril was a drink. I mean, I love Marmite on toast, but I've not had Bovril. We've got Sarah. Hello, Sarah. And who else have we got? The lovely Deanne is here. Lottie Rose, Susie Snoo. Hardly ever managed to catch these lives. Hope you're all having a good day. All the better now for being here. We've got Celia and Zane's been putting all his deck acquisitions into his LiveBib inventory. I hated that day. That day I discovered the app. It's great now, and once you're on top of it, but I remember that day having to put them all in. I had over 300 decks, and most of them, not most of them, a lot of them were indie, so I had to put them all in manually. Adam's here, and Debbie is here. Tammy Pie, hello, my duck. And Kimberly. Neris, hello, Neris, good to see you. Who else have we got? Gosh, I'm only up to the bit that says, here we go. That was me. Anne, I mentioned Anne. Mahoret, Heather, Oi, RL's here. And Ness, Crystal Sparkles, Flamingo Hurricane, Raven Morning Glory. Butterfly is here. Hello, Butterfly. Isabel. Pomona. Martin. Am I missing anybody? Lana. Rosemary. Roz. Scroll down and see if Runda, hello, how are you? Watching from work lunch today. Ellie. and Laurie, Mullamia, Grey Hayes, Emma, Alexandra, and Emily caught up. Welcome, everybody. It's lovely to see everybody here. Oh, Deanne's having a down day. We can't have that, Deanne. We can't have that. So you're here now. You're amongst friends. So just sit back and make a cuppa and just chill out with us and relax with us for the next hour. Snow in Connecticut. It seems like most places have got snow at the minute. I mean, Northern Hemisphere, of course. We are in February, so Pomona says, I'm here, but I'm unpacking. So I'm all ears. Not the in-laws again, is it, Deanne? Oh, I'm not sure what's been happening there. Oh, and there's Alex. Hi, Alex. Good to see you. Deanne, what's going on? You're going to be okay. Snow here where Sandra is as well. We're getting snow from Wednesday to Friday. Yeah, well, they've been saying things like that for us, but it's been so hit and miss. We were supposed to have 48 hours of non-stop snow, and we've not had anything like that. So, you know, they're a lot better at forecasting, you know, hot days, rainy days, and all that. But they always seem to get the snow wrong. Not quite sure why that's harder to forecast than any other weather condition. For the moment, I'm over them. Snow coming tomorrow in Washington State. Lots of snow here. Had to drive home in it after work tonight. Where are you, Holly? And hello, Holly, by the way. June, hello. Stopping in for a short visit. Hope everyone is having a great day. We are, thank you. Apart from Deanne. Deanne's feeling a bit low today, so everybody in the chat is trying to, you know, cheer her up and put a smile on her face. How are you now, June? Because you've been poorly, haven't you? Are you fully out of bed? Hope so. Emma's freezing in 3 jumpers and 2 blankets. No snow here in Devon, though. Isabella's been trying to record a PowerPoint video. Ooh, PowerPoint video. I won't know where to begin. I'm pretty good with PowerPoint because I've used it for years making videos, but combining the two, probably a bridge too far for me. We're meant to be getting snow several days in the upcoming week, says Zane. Glad it doesn't snow here. Does it never snow where you are, Neris? Not at all. You think I would know that, wouldn't you? Yeah. Alex says, hopefully we can help get rid of your blahs, Deanne. Let's hope. You're all sweet. Didn't mean to take over. You haven't taken over. You know, we're all family. We're all interconnected. When one of us hurts or suffers, the rest of us suffer. So, what was that? Zane, I'm so excited to get your Oracle decks. I had sometimes. I can't wait for my decks to come. I'm waiting on so many, and I don't know what the delay is. I've got an awful feeling. Last night, I don't know if anybody caught Chris's premiere. Chris did a premiere of the. Come on, remind me what it's called. Bear with. All I have to do is have a look at Chris's video from last night. Easier said than done, isn't it? Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. And I saw the first edition because Elle brought it to Glastonbury. And we all took some decks to show each other at Glastonbury. Some for trade, some just to have a look at. And she brought Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. And I looked at it and I was kind of like, it's nice, but I'm not blown away by it. And then the more I see it, and I asked last night in the comments, I wonder if there's something in the fact that when you watch somebody do a walkthrough of a deck, it appeals to you more than just looking at the cards yourself. because I've been to places like Watkins Books and I've had some cards in my hand and I've looked at them and I've not been that, what's the word, tempted to buy them. And then I've watched walkthroughs and I thought, oh, I wish I'd bought it now. And I wonder if it's listening to the person who's got them that kind of adds to that sort of, what's the word? I'm struggling to find words today. It kind of adds to that sort of value of the deck because you're listening to how other people are reacting to it. I wonder if it kind of adds more value to it. I don't know. But as I was watching last night, I was thinking, oh, I really like these. And Elle did say a lot of these images aren't familiar to me. So I think quite a few have changed for the second edition. Anyway, came off, went to buy it. And it says, please buy from, your nearest seller to where you are. Mine was in Europe, Berlin, Germany, where I, get playing cards, decks from, everything. And it just said, we do not ship to the UK. So the American site is saying, please go to Europe and buy from there. And then when you go to Europe, it says, we do not ship to the UK. I'm like, since when did Europe not ship to the UK? Since Brexit, that's when. So I'm like, if America is now not shipping to the UK and Europe is now not shipping to the UK, we're going to be very limited on what decks we can actually get here. So that sucks a bit. Hi, Dory. So yeah, but then I kind of see these things as well. Maybe that's a sign then. Maybe that's a sign. So don't fret about it. 100% better. Yay, says June. No fever. Thank God for what? Osteococcinum? Whatever that is. And allergy pills. Osteococcinum. I'm not quite sure what that is, but thank God for that. That you're 100% better. It does south of Neris. It snows south of where Neris is. Hi all, just joined. Is someone hurting? Who needs some love? Deanne. Deanne needs some love, Jen. And hello, Jen, by the way. Let's see if there's any other comments. That's for me. Simon, I was reading about the Compendium of Witches. Look at her website. She said she's prioritizing the international orders. Tempted to order through Etsy pre-order. That pisses me off, to be honest. When decks are usually released in the States, they get them first, right? Because they're in the States. We have a UK seller who is prioritizing international orders. I'm like, what is that about? Do you know what I mean? And I've already seen videos going up from my American friends, and I'm not watching them yet because I want that element of surprise. But I'm like, what is that about? I don't get it. Just got it too. Oh, Sean, what did you just get? And hello, Sean. This chat is a good distraction. Just received notice my Baba deck finally reached Canada. Not bad. They were sent in on December the 10th. Oh no, Holly. Fantastic Menagerie, I take it. So many places are not shipping here, US as well. I know. Not everybody in the US, but some. Although I'm still waiting on some decks for the US and it's taken a long time. But then you hear, people in Canada that's waited since December. Mind you, these were ordered in December too. Hi, Amanda. Good to see you. I'm trying to look for UK producers, but I think Zane's deck and forthcoming Meraki Tarot could be exceptions to that. I'm still a beginner as well. Jen's suitcase is going to be heavy coming to the UK in August. Well, I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't know if anybody's seen the news today. They are off now. It's just been announced today that if you come into the country, you've got to go into this hotel, which will cost you £1,750 of your own money for your accommodation, the checks, and the everything else, the admin for it. And anybody who tries to get around that, there is a £10,000 fine or 10 years in prison. 10 years in prison. So I don't know if this is going to be cleared up by August. I'm hoping it is, but with these new variants all the while, like the South African variant, and I'm like, that's really steep. I know there's got to be kind of, penalties, and they want to protect people. I get it. 10 years in prison for coming into the country without being checked. Ooh. People get that for murder. But then again, I guess you could be inadvertently ending people's lives. So, scary stuff. I think it's medicine that makes your tummy feel better. Hi, Simon. Find out where Chris got his. He's in the UK with you. We already did. I went straight to Chris last night and said, is this where you got it from? And he's like, yeah, and they shipped to me. So it is what it is. Should have seen the hefty suitcase I brought last time. I messed up because I didn't have enough room in it to bring stuff back. You was really prudent when it came to what you was taking back. Let's see. I got it from the same place. I told Simon they don't ship to the UK, Robin. I'm asking about it. Yeah, it's been brilliant looking into it. What? Says Elle. Oh my God, yeah. It came up, bear with. It came up on a breaking news story. Let me just move the mic. Today. So let's see. Okay, so this is it. Face jail, large sums. So UK and Irish residents, so they might not do it to people overseas. UK and Irish residents returning from coronavirus hotspots face fines up to £10,000 and 10-year jail sentences if they break new travel rules, Health Secretary Matt Hancock has announced. And I thought, am I reading it right? But it actually says, look, 10-year jail sentences if they break the rules. People who are required to quarantine in hotels will have to pay $1,750, which covers the cost of accommodation, transport, and testing. Mr. Hancock said the measures applied to England, but the developed administrations were looking at similar measures. I don't know. When will it end? When will it end? And I know it will end, but gosh, everybody's now 10 years. What the fuck? I didn't hear that. Geez, I missed that news. Simon, it's pronounced Al Silo Co Seamin. Or is it Oo? Oo or Al? Usilo Co Sheemin. Usilo Co Sheemin. It's a miraculous homeopathic for flu, cold, etc. Brilliant. I'm glad it worked, June. Glad it worked and you're 100% better. That's wonderful. I think August is going to be a stretch, honestly. I haven't booked any airfare. I wonder if we'll ever travel anywhere again. We will. We will. Oops, forgot where I was there. Was you daydreaming? Oh, you've retracted a message. Well, I'd love to know what you put. Ridiculous. Get less for abuse and assault than that. Exactly. Exactly. I know they've got to try and protect, obviously, but Oh, I don't know if I should say. I might even get a strike, so now I'm not going to say. But I've got some really, we've got to protect lives at all costs. But also, there's got to come a point where, we've crossed 12 million people vaccinated in this country, and the most vulnerable first. Brilliant. There's got to become a point where we have to say, right, okay, we need to get back to life. We've vaccinated everyone, because once we've got the vaccination, that doesn't stop people from contracting the virus, because you won't stop that spread unless you keep people locked up. So there has to come a point where we get this herd immunity, and that is, you've protected the most vulnerable. People have had the virus. People have had the vaccination. We get it. Our immune system fights it off because we're vaccinated, and it loses its impetus. And that's how you build up herd immunity. And I just don't know when we're going to get to that point. I'm like, when are we going to start to see a bit of, okay, there's got to be a point where you protected the most vulnerable, and then you've got to now show that resilience. Because if you lock people away, we don't become resilient. We become protected. Anyway, get down to your soapbox. Holidaying in the UK this year, I think. I always holiday I've not holidayed abroad for a long, long time. I love the UK. There's some wonderful parts, but Glastonbury may not happen then. May not happen for people coming from overseas. But it will happen, because by the summer we'll be, if we've vaccinated 12 million people in a month, just over a month, then imagine what we've done by August. But and the infection rate is dropping exponentially, so we'll be fine. It's just our friends like Jen and Nancy and people that are coming. So I saw it before you retracted. Sandra, text me what you put. I can hear Becca's voice. What shit? Yeah. Was he being rude, Sandra? Yeah, we want to know. What's Chris up to now, says Deanne. You've got such a reputation. The sentiment still stands, Sandra. But yeah, I thought I'd politify it. Oh, I need to know. How far behind am I in the chat? 4 minutes. See if I can catch up. I'll look for 2021 can shove it, says Elle. 2021 will end better than it started. I said that right at the beginning of the year, and I truly, truly believe it. 2021 will end much better than it started. We've got to have the faith. Right, Al, I'm about done. Thanks, Sandra. Chris, you could have left that in. We can't have our Jen in prison for 10 years. What would happen to TPD? They might let her still do it as some sort of kind of like community work experience. You could just see Jen in her orange jumpsuit from her little prison cell doing TPD every Sunday for community service. Jen says, this will pass. It will. And you know what? Glastonbury's not going anywhere. It's on the map. And we will keep going every August until everybody that wanted to come gets to come. Doesn't Zane have a deck out too? Yes, that's what we was talking about, Sarah. And he showed some of the cards in the interview on Saturday. And he's got an amazing walkthrough, as has Chris. And who else did I see had a walkthrough of it? Jamie. Jamie's got a walkthrough as well. Well, she shows her favourite cards from it. Simon, I'm sure you'll get to the beach again soon. Skeggy, I booked it today. Well, I booked it off work today. Gosh, you lot know me so well. I'm such a creature of habit. Actually going in a chalet this year rather than a hotel at Chapel. Yeah. I've got to make the most of the time I've got with my parents now. And Yeah, so we're going away twice. We're going away, well, I should be going on the day tarathon ends, but after staying awake 24 hours, I'm not going to drive a few hours to the coast. It'll be too dangerous. So I'm actually now, they're going on the bank holiday Monday to the Friday. I will go on the Tuesday morning. I will try and sleep after tarathon, but I'm always hyper and buzzing, and I get about 3 hours. But I'll try and sleep and then go on the Tuesday. So a tarathon date is set, by the way. It's going to be on Sunday the 30th of May at 10 a.m, ending on Monday the 31st of May at 10 a.m. So information will follow in due course. We're just confirming places at the moment. Okay. There are people saying we are not going to get back to that. Back to what, Sandra? What we're not getting back to? Normal? Probably not, but a new normal. Vaccine first, then herd immunity, and then inability for COVID to mutate in order to survive. Exactly. But we can't, and I totally, I'm not, down crying anything that's happened to date, because we can't just go to herd immunity because there are too many vulnerable people who would lose their lives that way. So we have to protect them first. I don't want anybody saying, well, Simon said, protect the vulnerable first. Once you've protected all the vulnerable people, then you have to get to that point at some point where you say, because remember, the key is just because you're vaccinated does not mean you won't be exposed to it. That's transmission. That just happens. But we've then got the vaccine, the antibodies to fight it, and then it loses its power. So I'm still going to Glastonbury as long as we're not locked down. Yeah, exactly. Simon, I'm waiting for that Charmin Caselli deck you showed this week. It was supposed to arrive yesterday, but now they're saying it'll be here today. Oh, wow. Are you going to show it? Did you say as well, June, you've got quite a few decks still unopened? Wow. For like a year. Oh, am I thinking of somebody else? I'm sure you did. Think the new strains that are the problem. I had the Oxford vaccine, but now they say it's not effective. But then they changed it again, didn't they, Anne? This morning's news, because my clock radio comes on every morning without fail, 5:30 a.m. And the news at 6 o'clock was that actually they are saying that it will still protect, So which was completely different to the news yesterday, because the news was like, oh my goodness, going through all this, and it might not protect, but they're saying it will. I think Chris said the naughty F word. I need to try and get. I watched an interview video about the development of the new strains. The higher the infection rate, the more likely the virus is to mutate. Yes. So we bring the infection rate down, less chance of it mutating. And what was said earlier, as we build that immunity, less chance of it mutating. Orange is the new black for our Gen. Excellent, Simon. Oh, is that booking the seaside break? I'm just looking for capitals now because we need to get on to Deck of the Day. Tarathon, something to look forward to. A form of normality, yeah. We will get back to it, We've been through worse. The Black Death, the plague, the Spanish flu, we've been through this. Wars, we thought we'd never recover from world wars and things, but we will. Zane still hasn't opened his Soul Cards 1 and 2. Why? Oh, because you're in a negative headspace. Okay. Toxic neighbors. Oh, but they might help. Just to look at some of the images. Hi, Sue. All right, let's have our quote of the day. Let's see who's on it today. So our quote of the day is, I was thinking, how do I get the quote up? But it's here. And I've had to change one of the words. It's a really well-known saying, quote, but one of the words I really don't like, so I've changed it. And it is, act in haste, regret at leisure. I don't like the word repent. It repels me. So act in haste, regret at leisure. Let's see if anybody gets it. Five of Swords, says Jen. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Knight of Wands. As found, Kimberly is the winner today. Yeah, it is the Knight of Wands. So quite easy today. That only took like four guesses. And then, yeah, Ros is saying Knight of Wands as well. So the quote, act in haste, repent at leisure. It kind of is reminding us about that tendency we might have to be too impulsive. And when I think about impulsiveness and, you know, kind of rushing it, I tend to do that quite a lot. But it has its positives and it has its negatives, doesn't it? You know, sometimes it will shake us up, it will move us into action, and then spark things through like our creativity and stuff like that. When we just kind of, I guess it's warning of not thinking things through and just rushing in. But that can have a positive as well. You know, there's a vibrancy about that I often admire in others. And if I get an idea, I just go for it. And sometimes I have to say to myself, "Oh, slow down a bit, think this through." But I'm so itching to do it because I'm so excited about it that, you know, I have to rein it in, particularly at work. If I suddenly have a brainwave and I'm emailing, I think, oh, hold on a minute, think this through a bit. So it's something I'm always kind of battling with. But there is that, you know, that impulsiveness, and the negative aspect, I suppose, is that sort of having that reckless kind of behavior. And that can be in many forms. It could be like spending money that we don't have. You know, that can be quite reckless, and again, not planning really, I suppose. But you know what they say, fail to plan, you plan to fail. So it's all about, you know, taking your time, weighing up the options, planning things out, and thinking things through a little bit more. But yeah, so the quote for today was, act in haste, regret at leisure. Love a bit of impulsiveness. Yeah, I do, Ness. What deck is that card from? So this is from the CS Tarot, and this is the Jumbo edition. It's on Mate Playing Cards. All of Conrad's decks are there, and I even have the little mini as well. So, oh, and Deanne's answered that. Yeah, CS Tarot by Conrad Stain. I definitely may do that, Gerald. Well, I'm not quite sure what Gerald's asked him, but hello, Gerald. Light incense and a candle, play some music, get in the mood. Yeah, just be kind to yourself. Do the things that you enjoy. Relax, have a bath, light candles, as Gerald said. Have a glass of wine or something, and then just open them up and just enjoy the images, and they will kind of take you to a better headspace because they're soul cards and they're good for that. All right, deck of the day. Shall we have our deck of the day? Now, this is a classic. Go on, say Crackleback, Simon. I love the way you say it. Crackleback. Why do you love the way I say Crackleback, Richard? No bath, Simon. Human soup, remember. Oh, yes. Have a shower then. That invigorates, that doesn't relax. Oh, what do you do to relax? Love a bit of a soak in a bath with a bit of Radox or some essential oils. What's wrong with Crackleback? I need to know now. Anyway, bit of a classic deck, this one. Warning, it is out of print. However, when I bought this, it was out of print and I got it for 30 quid. So I was well chuffed, and it does come up on eBay and stuff. But our deck of the day is the Vampire Tarot by Robert M. Place. I saw this deck years ago, felt absolutely in love. Even Soup cracked me up. It's one of his finest works, quite frankly. If you love art, Robert M. Place, you love Gothic, then you'll love the Vampire Tarot. It comes in this box. It was still sealed when I got it. I got it brand new, sealed, 30 quid. So I want this deck so much. There's Pixie in there as well, which was a bonus. So it's a really nice, thick box. Red for vampire blood. The book. Now, this isn't your traditional, tarot companion book. In fact, there's only like the last, I don't know, quarter that relates to the cards. This has everything in it. You know what Robert M. Place is like. It's got Neoplatonism in here, or Neoplatonism, however you say it. Depends where you're from. It has Hermeticism. It gives you some history. I do like this, though. Levi's anagram. You know what we see, the Torah or the tarot, if you go the opposite way. It's got things like a section about Marseille and all that kind of stuff. So there's lots in here to read. I do struggle with a lot of his books. I do have that great big tome, the one that's got Neoplatonism, Hermeticism, and everything in the title. I started to read it and I was finding it quite interesting, but then I struggle anyway with books with ADD, but some of his writing kind of, but there's little gems in here that I, marked and things like that. So it's a great little book. There's about 100, is it 200? 225 pages. It's got some spreads at the back, but it doesn't get onto, the Vampire Tarot Trumps until page 145. So a big chunk of the book is about other stuff. I'm going to cry. I've wanted this one for a while now. They do come up. They do come up. I need a little kind of bookmark. I'll use my little feather. Very Gothic of me. These are the cards. They are huge. Comes in a plastic tray that you could take out if you wanted to put them in a bag. Do you have this one, Sandra? So they have these. The only thing, I really wish the borders had been black, because if the borders had been black with having black back, I probably would have edged it in black with it being a Gothic deck. £150. Wow. And I almost trimmed it, and then I thought, I can't trim a rare out of print Robert M. Place deck, so I stopped myself. Literally, I stood at the guillotine and I stopped myself, and I'm kind of glad that I did. So this is just as it came. Not that I think I'll ever part with this, because, as I said, I love his art, and it's one of the it's one of his finest works, and I don't think I could ever part with it unless someone traded it for Pame. Any deck can go for a PAM-A. That was very camp of me, wasn't it? I saw myself back then on the iPad. Made myself chuckle. 250. Wow. Well, I did well then to get it for £30. Anyway, I think I just saw. Yeah, I did. Saying said I would definitely have to trim and edge it. I mean, once it's yours. But I can't bring myself. To do it. So let's have a look at the deck. Luckily, it's a pip style deck, so it won't take as long because I know I'm a little bit behind on time. Any deck for a PAM-A? Nah, I couldn't. Nah, I couldn't. You couldn't trade any deck for a PAM-A. I could. The hardest one to let go would be my Blushing Fool. But if you've got a PAM-A, and I've got 2 Blushing Fools, but one's a yellow box, and I do love my blue box one the most. So that'd be really hard to let go of that, but you could always get them again. Camp, Simon, you are adorable. I might be adorable, but that was very camp. But I can camp it up, I suppose. So yeah, really like the backs. Fully reversible, vampirish. These are based on the novel Dracula, and he's used characters, particularly in the courts, that were kind of known to Bram Stoker. So I love the Fool. This is Jonathan the Fool. Now, Jonathan was the businessman, wasn't he? Who went. I don't know Dracula that well. I've seen so many variations of the film. I've never read the book. Tried, and I've got a copy of it, but again, and I just love that. Look at the doorway with that gaping jaw. So yeah, I think he went to meet Dracula in his home. He was the solicitor, right? Here we have the magician, but look at the artwork. They are glossy cards. And compared to his other cards, these are really large as well. We have Mina, very prominent character, was bitten by Dracula. You can see the marks on her neck. In fact, in here, oh yeah, Jonathan Harker is the character. It says a serious businessman in his suit and overcoat walking up the steps to the castle, Castle Dracula, to meet the Count for the first time. The signs of danger seem obvious to any outside observer, but he does not let himself see them. So it just says businessman in here. But Sandra will be right, because she loves her gothic horror, and she'll know this, the Dracula story. Mina is the high priestess or papess for the vampire tarot. Mina is the heroine of Dracula and the one who is credited within the novel as having organized and typed the documents that constitute the novel. In the story, she uses the text to inform and instruct the heroes and help them with their quest for Dracula. However, Mina was also bitten by Dracula and in the baptism of blood, forced to drink his blood. And on her forehead. Yeah, you can see a mark on her forehead, look. Gorgeous artwork, but it's unmistakably Robert M. Place, isn't it? We have the brides. For the Emperor, we have the Count himself. Van Helsing is the Hierophant. The Lovers. is awesome. I'm such a vampire fan. My favourite is Interview with the Vampire. I love that movie. Oh, I love it. I watched it hundreds of times back in the 90s. Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. It was Brad's kind of first major role, wasn't it? And the Christian Slater character was going to be played by River Phoenix, but he met his untimely end. So Christian Slater was drafted in at the last minute. The wagon. Look at this for Justice. Justice is 8 because it's a pip deck. But they're going into mean business. Yes, Jonathan Archer is a solicitor arranging the sale of the property in England for Dracula. He really did it beautifully. Yeah, he did. The Hermit. I adore this Hermit. It's freaking awesome. Look at that for the Hermit. Fate. Love the Strength card. My favourite vampire movie is Shadow of Vampire. I really wanted all the Anne Rice books to be made into films. Yeah, they have square corners. I think it really tries to follow like a Marseille type. Now this card is problematic. So our Hanged Man is actually called the Madman, and I don't really like that. I know it's part of a story, but I don't know why we couldn't have had Hangman. The Death card is brilliant. It's been impaled, staked through the heart. Mr. Banderas. Temperance. No, I couldn't run round the corners either. Anne Rice's Vampire. Yeah, the Vampire Lestat I wanted to be made into a film. You know, where it was like in a rock band. Do you remember reading that one back in the 90s? Devil. The Tower. I love the bat in the Tower card. If I get it too close, the gloss will. There you go. Purple Wave is in a tarot funk at the moment. Not sure why. It happens. Let it ride. Don't overthink it. Just let it ride. The Star. The Moon. The Sun is epic because we know what happens to vampires when they're exposed to the sun. Look at the top of her head. How perfect for the Sun card. Yes, this is one of Robert's decks. It's the Vampire Tarot by Robert M. Place. I didn't think the Interview with the Vampire movie was true to the book. The movie just couldn't convey the depth, the dialogue. Yes, they tried, particularly in that scene, didn't they, where they're sat down together at the table. And look, you see where like Patrick got his inspiration from, these Gothic graveyards. Judgment, the undead. The world is beautiful. She can now see herself in the mirror. Yes, The Lost Boys. One of my favourite songs in that film. People are strange when you're a stranger. Oh, I love The Lost Boys. I haven't seen it for years. I need to watch that again. Okay, so now these are called, this is the holy water. So our cups suit, basically. And whilst they're pippish, they are kind of part pip, part scenic. As you can see here, look, it's taking blood. So you get your pips, but you get a scenic interpretation as well, which I really like. The artwork seems clear. And that's the thing, Purple Weave. Robert M. Placer's decks, the way he does his art, they are sharp, really, really sharp. All of them. More films to add to my watch list, it seems. I've not seen any of those. You need to watch anything from 1987 to the year 2000, Del. There's a couple of good 70s, but you've watched them now with The Wicker Man and stuff. But start with like The Witches of Eastwick, 87-ish, Beetlejuice, all that kind of era onwards through the 90s. I got my first pip deck, the Old English Tarot. So it gives you the name. So you'll have here like the Knave of Holy Water. And then in the top corner, see the corner there, it says Camilla. So you'll get the person or character. And look who our Queen of Cups is. The Queen of Holy Water is Pixie, Pamela Coleman Smith. And he put her in because Pixie was in the same circle with Bram Stoker. She was very good friends with Ellen Terry. And Ellen Terry and Bram Stoker worked together. And apparently when she came, and do watch last year's Tarathon, because I did a whole hour talking about the life of Pamela Coleman Smith, but she travelled on ship with Bram Stoker as well. When she came back from the States. And Sir Henry Irving. I love these aces. These are stakes. That's why there's the blood on them. But the artwork is incredible. I've not seen What We Do in the Shadows. Kelly Bear's told me to watch it a few times, but look at that. Isn't it awesome? I was about to drive the stake. Got the hammer ready. I love this little hand that's coming out of the coffin. Yeah, Sandra, here's one for you. Our Knight of Stakes is Edgar Allan Poe. And then we have Charlotte Stoker. Franz Liszt. And here we have our, is it blades? Called blades? No, the knives, just called knives. Yay, Edgar. And then Poe. Yeah. There's quite a traditional RWS type. Memento Mori. Oh, look at the time. I need to hurry this up a little bit. Love this guy creeping in through the window. How spooky is that? If you're in your bed and you just look up and see him crawling through. I need to watch a vampire film or show now, says Emily. Watch Interview with a Vampire. Here's Ellen Terry. She is the person who gave Pixie her nickname, Pixie. We have Lord Byron. All nice cards. Hi, Rob. Oh, I said to you, hello at the beginning. So these are garlic flowers. Our pentacles, basically. Look at that. So gorgeous. There's the 5 with stained glass. So they're really sort of hybrid between Pip and RWS. So it's a good sort of middle ground. Like here for the 8. We get the beautiful outdoors in the 9. But nobody can sit in that chair if you're a vampire. Very pale skin. And here we have Florence Stoker and Bram Stoker himself. So there you have it. That's the Vampire Tarot by Robert M. Place. Awesome deck. A treasured deck. And like I said, I didn't realise they were going for the prices that they're going for now, because it just came up on eBay and it was £30, buy it now. And I was like, all right. And it was still sealed. So maybe he'll bring it back. Who knows? Raziel style. Yeah. His style is just so instantly recognizable though, isn't it? Justin, let's have a supper me cuppa. And then we will pull a card. I know it's very modernised and youthful take on vampires, but I absolutely love the Vampire Diaries miniseries. Vampire Diaries. That sounds really familiar. I don't know if I've seen it. Hey up, Tanji. Just arrived for the card pull time. So let's have a card. Buffy always. Why do I know the Vampire Diaries so well? I must have seen it. How ironic that we have a film about vampires, then we get the sunflower. The sunflower I love because it tracks the course of the sun throughout the day, doesn't it? You know, the flower itself faces the sun, and as the sun moves across the sky, the sunflower tracks the course of the sun throughout the day. For me, the sunflower is about growth. It's about happiness. It's about experiencing joy finding time to just see the beauty in what is around us, in the natural world, within nature. So if you are able to, even though we might have snow on the ground and there's no sunflowers at the moment, still just find time to experience joy, to feel happy, appreciate the things that are good. You know, sometimes we can get so overwhelmed by the things that aren't so good, but let's focus on the things that give us joy. And it's a time as well. I'm thinking of the Sun card, although I'm not sure. This is from the Queen of Wands? Or is it from the Sun card? But anyway, while we're thinking of sunflowers, I think of the sun. You know, it's time for you to not hide your talents under a bushel as well. It's your moment to shine. Step into the sunlight, step into the spotlight, and, you know, take what's rightfully yours. Let people see you for who you are and for your talents. Bask in the sunlight. I just want to have a look if that is from the Sun card or the Queen of Wands. It's probably going to be right at the bottom. I could have done this off camera just to appease my own sort of... There's the Queen of... Yes, it's the Queen of Wands, I think. Even in the colouring of the leaf's different. But you see the position of the leaves? I would say that's from... Definitely from the Queen of Wands. Unless... Let's find the Sun card. There's the Sun card. There are sunflowers there, but I don't think it's the exact same sort of... Yeah. But anyway, this Sun card... What am I doing? There's some cards in both, so... I always like to know where they've come from. If you drop a bunch on the ground, no matter what else is happening, the vampire has to stop and pick them up. Oh, that's interesting. All right, everybody. Queen of Wands, look at how the leaf wraps. Or yes, I think it is. It's just because I doubted myself because there were different colours, but it's still the same drawing, and the leaves are different in the Sun card. But yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. See you tomorrow for QuaranStream number 74. Wow, we're really knocking up these numbers, aren't we? It'll be hump day, middle of the week. So have a fantastic, you know, rest of your day, evening, or whatever. And until tomorrow, look after yourselves. Go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.